The day begins before the city wakes. The world outside is still quiet, but for the professional trader, the markets have already been moving for hours. When they turn on their computer, the goal is not to trade. It is to understand. Through the night, the Asian session has shaped the first movements of the day. Currencies have reacted to news, to sentiment, and to the steady flow of global positioning. The trader starts by reading that story. They study the charts of USD/JPY and AUD/USD, two pairs that often reveal the market's mood. They note how prices held or drifted, how volatility rose or stayed contained. Tight ranges suggest the market is waiting for Europe to bring liquidity. Wider movements can mean positioning is already forming ahead of the London Open. Then they turn to the headlines. Markets move for a reason, and the early hours often hold clues. A shift in Japanese bond yields, a comment from the Reserve Bank of Australia, economic data from China. Each detail carries weight, shaping the tone that will guide traders across the next sessions. They open the Futures tab next. European and U.S. indices are already trading. If futures rise, sentiment leans toward optimism and risk appetite. If they fall, the tone is cautious and defensive. Even though they are focused on currencies, these signals matter. The global market moves as one system, each part reflecting the same pulse. The economic calendar becomes the next focus. It outlines the rhythm of the day ahead. Major reports, central bank statements, inflation or employment data, these events will define when volatility returns. And sometimes the quiet days are the most revealing. When there is no major news, price action often shows the market's true direction without distraction. They scan their open positions, review their journal, and compare what they planned yesterday to what the market has done overnight. Nothing is rushed. This hour is for clarity. It is a time to refine expectations, not chase predictions. The trader then begins to map the day ahead. They mark levels where price held or reversed overnight, identify zones of potential liquidity, and set alerts. Every line drawn on the chart represents intention, not for reaction but for readiness. Outside, the light begins to rise. The air feels still, the screens glow, and the charts quietly move. Liquidity is thin, spreads remain wide, and execution would be uncertain. They know better than to act now. They are patient, aware that discipline in these hours often defines the quality of decisions later. They take a final look at the data, adjust a few notes, and lean back. Soon, London will open, liquidity will expand, volume will surge, and the real tempo of the market will begin. But when that moment comes, this trader will be ready, because they have studied the night's movements, understood the sentiment, and prepared for what lies ahead. The early hours are where awareness takes form. They are the foundation of every trading day. This is where preparation becomes purpose. This is Market Sessions with Vestra. Trading involves risk, and returns are never guaranteed. But understanding how each session shapes the next helps you approach the market with greater awareness, balance, and insight. At Vestra, we believe that true knowledge is what connects patience with opportunity. Content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. FSP number 54718.